After learning so much about beekeeping in London, I'm going to find out a little more from someone who's dedicated years to researching bees in one of the most beautiful locations in West London.
It's a beautiful summer's day at Kew Gardens, and I'm here to meet Professor Phil Stevenson. He's going to show me an internationally renowned structure inspired by the ways bees communicate.
Professor Philip Stevenson is a senior researcher in chemical ecology at Kew Gardens.
I study the chemicals in plants that mediate interactions with the environment, particularly insects. So I'm especially interested in how pollinators interact with flowers particularly.
Yes, and pollinators is what I'm going to learn about today.
Excellent, yeah.
I'd like to take a closer look at the hive.
Great, okay.
You
Have a look, yeah.
The hive encapsulates the story of the honeybee and the important role of pollination through an immersive sound and visual experience.
It's designed around lots of hexagons that are obviously the shape we associate with honeybee hives, and the idea is really to draw attention to the plight of bees.
The installation is made from thousands of pieces of aluminium which create a lattice effect, and is fitted with hundreds of LED lights that glow and fade as a unique soundtrack hums and buzzes around you.
The hum is actually music that's been written by Wolfgang Buttress and associated artists, and it's linked or connected to our own beehives here in Kew Gardens. We have what's called an accelerometer. It's like a kind of a vibration recording device that's embedded in one of the frames in the honeybee hive, and it records the vibrations the bees make when they communicate, and that is then sent to this structure and then is used to trigger the sounds, but also the lights. When you get inside, you'll see lights changing.
The hive also offers an opportunity for people to experience how bees communicate. Unlike humans, they don't have eardrums. Bees receive information through sensors in their legs that pick up vibration. This is called bone conduction.
So if you put the stick between your teeth like this, and you stick it into this hole, and then you block your ears. That's amazing, isn't it? So you're actually now listening without using your eardrums. You're hearing through bone conduction. And that's effectively how bees hear.
That's very effective.
Yes.
I was very surprised with that. Yes, I heard not just the humming sound, but I also heard people speaking and whatever's going on around there. And that's all coming live from a beehive somewhere else in the gardens. That's amazing.
Surrounding the hive, ecologists at Kew Gardens have created a wildflower meadow to show the importance of keeping a variety of flowering plants, which are an important food source for all sorts of pollinators, including bees.
Well, the idea of the wildflower meadow is to help people understand how important native species are to underpin the diversity of bees in this country. We have about 35 different species of flowering plants in this meadow, and they are all native, and some of them are very important for providing nectar in abundance. Some of them are very important for their specific relationships they have with very specialist bees. The relationships bees have with plants vary from being entirely generalist, bees that will feed on almost anything, to bees that will feed on just one or two species of plants. So without those species of plants, you don't have those species of bees.
From talking to Professor Philip Stevenson, I've learned that there are over 270 different species of bees alone in the UK. Researchers at Kew Gardens are trying to send a message that we should be planting more different types of pollinating flowers for all types of bees.
So now we're walking into the hive, you can get a real sense of the sound that's being generated by our own bees. The busier our honeybee hives are, the busier the sounds and the light flickering is.
Usually the hive tends to be less active in the mornings, and later on in the day the lights become much busier as foraging and activity increases. This way we can monitor the health of a bee colony without disturbing them, and perhaps perhaps address potential problems before they pose a risk. It was really nice to see so many people enjoy the Hive, especially for the families and young children. Professor Stevenson hopes that it will inspire the next generation to be more aware of the importance of bees and their environment.
I never knew there was so much wildlife in the city. Such a tiny creature can have a massive impact on our lives. I've been up to the rooftops of London, I've been on a bee trail with the help of technology, and finally here in Kew Gardens, I've seen the Hive. I've learned so much, and I hope you've enjoyed getting to know the London bee just as much as I have.
Quickly, before you go inside. Let's say it's antennae moving around.